Well, the one you've been waiting for, the piece de resistance of the Spring Carnival racing season in Nurelia at the Royal Turf Club, the RTC Governor's Cup. Runners and riders are in the parade ring, run over a distance of 1,600 meters. They'll be coming out shortly for what is the most important race of the season here in Nurelia. And the weather still holding out beautifully. A lovely morning going into a lovely pleasant afternoon, and I believe there's going to be a real hot party here after that from 4 o'clock. Clifford's been telling you all about it, but this is one you just can't afford to miss. The Governor's Cup is your date with the sport, and after that, let your hair down or what little you've got of it at the campfire party that comes along. Here they are, ladies and gentlemen, coming out onto the racetrack. But what we're really looking forward to in this Governor's Cup run over the metric mile is what promises to be a real mouth-watering clash between Alcazaba, the cover girl and the darling of the local crowds here. Mehran is the dark bay with Imran Khan in the saddle. They've just won with another ace. Is this the other ace up their sleeve? That's followed there by Parushram and Toscano. Then you've got Carlton, the grey Silver Streak, who'll be out there making the early running and the early pace. She's an 8-year-old chestnut mare. She's certainly not lost her zest for racing. She loves it, and she just hasn't put a foot wrong. She's going to be taking on 9 other horses in a field of 11 as they line up for the biggest race of the season here in Nurelia, which is the Governor's Cup. Runners and riders just making their way now to the starting gates. Most of them have got there. They're just waiting now for Alcazaba, who's being led to the gates. Very composed and very full of herself. There you see her on screen. She likes to come with a big run towards the end of the race. Doesn't sit up with the early pace, but really gets going a little later when things start hotting up. So a field of 11 will be lining up to face the starter for this RTC Governor's Cup, the biggest race on the agenda here at the Royal Turf Club in Nurelia. Charlemagne giving them a bit of a handful there in front. Spirited Touch has been blindfolded now. So the blindfolded Spirited Touch being walked in. That just leaves the riderless Charlemagne, and he's really playing up there in front of the gate. We wait to see Charlemagne blindfolded, very, very fractious in front of the gates, not showing any signs of getting towards those starting stalls. They're trying Charlemagne once more. They've almost got him in. Yes, the handler's finally getting the better of Charlemagne. So all the 11 runners in the gates for this Governor's Cup 2018. And they're away and racing. A fairly level jump from the gates in the Governor's Cup 2018. And as they settle down, it's Charlemagne rocketing to the front there from Santos. Mehran moves into third. Just behind is Parushram Aventus. Just behind them there Carlton, followed there by Alcazaba, Toscano. Brilliant cut and a big gap. Then we go to Silver Streak and Spirited Touch. They've hit the rising ground and negotiating the first left-handed turn there as they will be freewheeling downwill from there. And it's Mehran who grabs the lead now from Brilliant Cut, moving alongside. Charlemagne settling into third. In fourth is Aventus. In fifth is Toscano. Sixth is Santos. Seventh is Parushram, who suddenly dropped back. About 2.5 away there is Alcazaba. A length behind Alcazaba, Carlton. 4 lengths behind Carlton then. And we've got Spirited Touch. 1 behind, and that's Silver Streak. They've got just a little over 600 to run now in the Governor's Cup 2018. Mehran is in command by about 2 lengths, the good of Charlemagne in second position. In third place there is Toscano. Alcazaba making a forward move, but she's been trapped very, very wide. Another length and a half away comes Silver Streak, followed there by Spirited Touch. Round the turn now into the straight, and Mehran is the leader, and Alcazaba is eating up ground on the outside. It's Alcazaba on the outside now from Mehran, fighting back on the inside. Then there's Charlemagne. But Alcazaba, the cover girl of racing here in Norelia, has kicked away. Alcazaba is going to win the Governor's Cup in great style from Mehran, Charlemagne, then Spirited Touch together. So what a heart this filly has. Alcazaba has come back. She gave Mehran first run. She had to travel a little wide to get up there in the end. So a great win here for Alcazaba, unbeaten in this Racing Carnival Spring in Norelia. And she's come out and topped up her achievements by winning the biggest one of the year, and that's the Governor's Cup. Alcazaba by Burton of Proof out of Ahmedabad, trained by Mahesh, ridden by Kuldeep Singh, owned by Deeptika Jayakody and Mrs. Purni Edwards, has kept her date with destiny. And we're really very, very happy and grateful to have the Honourable Governor, Mr. P.B. Dissanayake, with us. Thank you so much for being here with us today, sir. So the RTC Governor's Cup was won by the chestnut mare Alcazaba, owned by Miss Deeptika Jayakody and Mrs. Purni Edwards. The Governor's Trophy, it's got history, it's got tradition, and now a mare named Alcazaba has inscribed her name onto a trophy that really has everything written all over it. Ladies and gentlemen, the winning owner, Mrs. Purni Edwards, with the RTC Governor's Cup trophy, trained by Mr. S.D. Mahesh and ridden, that's S.D. Mahesh, ladies and gentlemen, the trainer, and ridden by the Indian jockey Kuldeep Singh. Come on, a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Well, she's really an amazing mare, isn't she, Alcazaba? They've always said that she's the darling of the Royal Turf Club, she's the darling of Norelia, she's the cover girl of Norelia, and today, 2018, the Governor's Cup has been won in great style and fashion by Alcazaba.